This is an emergency broadcast from Her Majesty's government. Please stand by. This is an emergency broadcast from Her Majesty's government. Please stand by. Since the official lockdown of the London area, instances of the recently deceased returning to life have been reported in other areas of the country. Further quarantine zones have been declared with defensive borders established to protect from the reanimated deceased. Defensive strongholds will be established throughout the country to ensure the protection of human life. These strongholds will provide food, shelter, and medical assistance. The public are ordered to report to these strongholds. As of this time, martial law has been declared throughout the country, with the armed forces taking direct command of this rising crisis. To protect human life from the reanimated deceased, a nationwide curfew has been established. Any civilians and non-essential personnel caught breaking this curfew will be prosecuted under military justice. As part of the ongoing operations to protect human life from the reanimated deceased, a set of emergency guidelines from the Ministry of Defence's Nuclear, Chemical, Biological, Radioactive Task Force have been implemented into neutralization and containment procedures. The public are advised to follow. Failure to follow these guidelines will result in compromisation of personal safety and deterioration of health. NCBR Task Force Guidelines. 1. Keep calm. Remain calm and do not panic. Unnecessary panic will cause impaired judgment and may lead to making the wrong decisions. You must remain calm in order to make the right decisions to ensure your survival. Unnecessary panic will also cause prolonged mental unfitness. Two. No contact. Avoid direct physical contact with the reanimated deceased. Close proximity to the reanimated deceased will result in rapid onset illness, death, and reanimation. Reports suggest transmission of bodily fluids from the reanimated deceased will cause this process to occur. Remain at furthest distance away from the reanimated deceased at all times. Three. Keep moving. When on the move, it's important to never stop in one place for too long. Reports suggest the reanimated deceased appear in large groups and will converge on areas with the most human lives present. Remember, all it takes is one reanimated deceased to discover you, and many more will soon arrive. When on the move, you should walk in a brisk manner. The reanimated deceased have been observed to move in a slow, shambling manner. If you are of a fit and healthy constitution, you will likely be able to outrun a singular reanimated deceased. If you have to stop whilst on the move, always find somewhere suitably secluded where you are not easily visible. Avoid open spaces such as parks, cemeteries, and city centres. Also avoid hospitals and other emergency services buildings, as these are most likely breeding grounds for reanimated deceased. Be mindful to not inadvertently advertise your presence. 4. Defend yourself. Your primary concern is to ensure your own survival. To fulfill this, it's important that you utilize means of defending yourself. Reports suggest in order to neutralize the reanimated deceased, the brain must be destroyed. Blunt force trauma will achieve this effect. If you do not have access to firearms, most household objects can be improvised as melee weapons. Hard wooden bats, shovels, or other blunt tools will achieve the best results. To destroy the brain and neutralize your target, place 2 hands on your melee weapon. Pull back and employ a strong, well-timed blow aimed at the target's skull. Repeat this process as many times as is necessary until the desired effect is achieved. Remember, the brain must be destroyed before the reanimated deceased is neutralized and ultimately terminated. Please stand by for further information.